Hi everybody, welcome to the Navidaters Aftershow. My name is Jennifer Mann, and I'm joined by my co-host and my mother-in-law, Esther Mann. We are both licensed psychotherapists and dating and relationship coaches and strategists. For today, we're going to be talking about chemistry with Danny Hoffman.
Thank you so much for having me. Hello.
Hi,
Thank you for
Hello.
being here.
My pleasure.
We love the show.
Oh, good.
Like most of the viewers, we were immediately pulled in to the very strong chemistry between you and Sarah F.
What is time anyway?
Time is but the stream I go fishing in.
I drink at it and detect how shallow it is.
Its thin current slides away, but eternity remains.
We couldn't get over how real it felt. It was palpable, and there was even a feeling of mystery about it, and mystique and magic, and it was nice to see. It was very nice to see.
Thank you.
The truth of the matter is, we were hoping they would just hightail it out of the restaurant and walk off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's realistic for people who are dating to expect to experience what David and Sarah F. experienced right out of the gate in order to sustain a relationship?
I think a lot of people might hope for it and dream about it and expect that to happen. I don't think that's the case. I think that in most situations, people don't really get to know each other to such a great extent in their first meeting. There's so much going on in their heads. They're thinking about what they're wearing, if they're presenting themselves well, if they're being articulate, which is also what I'm thinking about right now.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
And they don't allow themselves to really interact, listen, and respond, and I think that's where a lot of the connection comes from. If you don't have that connection at the very first moment, or even at the end of the very first dinner that you have together, it doesn't mean that it's a doomed relationship. Chemistry grows, relationships grow, they need to grow.
There are these people we like to call super daters. They know just what to wear, just what to say. They're filled with confidence and they're very secure, and so they're able to project their very best self on the very first date. Most of us are not super daters, and we're filled with a little bit of anxiety and fear, and it can block chemistry. Most people out there today who are dating are very aware of the pressure that comes from mainstream society of how to dress, how to look, how to present, the need for perfection. We see two women here. We see Sarah J., who in this regard is right on target. Either she is conforming to the messages out there, or this is just Sarah J. And then we have Sarah F., who to me looks as though she just escaped from the set of Fiddler on the Roof. What would you advise a woman in this target audience we're talking about? Should they be aware of expectations that people have, or should they just be true to themselves, and if it's Fiddler on the Roof they're trying to channel, go for it?
I hope that there's not anybody out there who's telling women who are going to go on a date not to be true to themselves. But to the extent that women might be getting specific, this is how you should look, this is how you should act, I think that supports the notion that a woman's responsibility or main goal on a first date is to make a good enough physical first impression that that guy might, do you a favor of asking you out on the second date. The date needs to be just as much about the woman assessing if the guy is right for her. It shouldn't be one-sided.
Yeah, totally. I just want to comment for a minute about how unfortunate the message that society is sending to all women, and that message is everywhere. It's all over social media, and we also have it coming from our little world where matchmakers are literally telling women, lose a little weight, be a size 2. This guy won't even look at you if you're not a size 4 or size 2. And then we have it coming from the moms also. You gotta lose weight, you gotta look better. And then Mom and I over here have these young ladies coming in to see us who are completely feeling the pressure. They're depressed, they're anxious, because the message is you will be worthy of love if you look a certain way. And I think that has got to go.
That's such a sad message. And I think if there are matchmakers out there telling people that you need to lose weight or dress a certain way, certainly then we we need more dating coaches like the Navidaters.
Some intervention.
Absolutely.
Right.
Today's hot topic has been chemistry. There is a lot of conflicting information about chemistry, what it takes to actually click with someone. Chemistry is actually a spark between two people. When you meet someone that you're interested in and that excites you, your brain is being flooded with amazing, delicious chemicals that it just can't get enough of, like dopamine and oxytocin and serotonin. Hello, you don't just want this one time, you want more of it because it feels so great. You're not just gonna have one bite of ice cream, you're gonna maybe, if you're like me, have a gallon of ice cream. Every time these two people are sparking, they're forming an attachment, they're forming a connection. So though the infatuation phase is going to end, and studies show you say goodbye to that about a year in, it's the attachment that remains. It is an integral part of adult romantic attachment relationships.
The question you may be asking yourselves is, why does the brain have chemistry with one person versus another person? Studies have shown that first and foremost, most of us feel safe and happy when we're with a person who reflects back to us who we are. There are some other factors that lend themselves to chemistry. Obviously, attraction, effortless communication is very important, trust, non-judgment, and sometimes even the allure of a little mystery thrown in.
What is the bottom line when it comes to chemistry? Let's try to think about chemistry not in terms of that lusting and that immediate kind of nature, but in terms of that attachment bond and that connection. And you definitely deserve to feel excited about continuing your connection with the person that you're seeing. Danny, thank you so much for coming in. It was such an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Appreciate
really
it.
did. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below on our YouTube page. You can also email us at thenavidaters@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram for up-to-the-minute life coaching, dating, and relationship advice. Esther and I have our Navidators office located in Hewlett, New York. You can call us to set up a coaching or a therapy session. Thanks for joining in.
Bye-bye.
Bye.